Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Vishal Dahiya. Let's take a look at the headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches 900-kilometer long Char Dham highway development program in Dehradun. Hits out against the opposition to the demonetisation measure at Parivartan rally. Vendetta charge against government. BSP Chief Mayawati hits out at centre over ED's revelations of detecting deposits worth 104 crore in party accounts. Former Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, Rammohan Rao, claims his home was searched at gunpoint. Congress, TMC, DMK and the RJD present a joint front. Parties claim that situation after demonetisation remains grim despite government's assurances that it will improve after 30th December. And 75 years after Japan's attack on Hawaii, Japanese Prime Minister and President Barack Obama to honour people who died at Pearl Harbor. Summit meeting to follow prayers for the victims. Now let's look at news in details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed his first Parivartan rally in Uttarakhand ahead of the assembly elections. Narendra Modi told his audience that the demonetisation drive was nothing but a clean-up drive. He also inaugurated the Char Dham highway project that he described as a tribute to those who lost their lives during Uttarakhand flash floods.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday said demonetisation had ended many problems afflicting the country, such as fake currency and terrorism. Addressing a Parivartan rally at the parade ground in Dehradun, he assured the crowds that soon India will see the end of corruption. Modi also blamed the opposition for criticizing the note ban scheme.
चौकीदार का काम दिया है, अब मैं चौकीदारी कर रहा हूं तो कुछ लोग परेशान हैं, उनको तकलीफ हो रही है, उनको लग रहा है ऐसा कैसा चौकीदार आ गया, चोरों के सरदारों पर ही पहले वार कर रहा है। भाइयों बहनों, देश को काले धन ने भी बर्बाद किया है, देश को काले मन ने भी बर्बाद कर दिया है।
The Prime Minister also inaugurated the 900-kilometer Char Dham highway project that will improve connectivity between the 4 pilgrimage centers, Kedarnath, Badrinath, Gangotri and Yamunotri. Addressing the rally, Modi asserted that the 12,000 crore rupees project will give employment to the workers in the area.
ये चार धाम यात्रा के लिए उत्तम मार्ग, अच्छी व्यवस्था उत्तराखंड के लोगों को तो रोजी रोटी देगी, उत्तराखंड के विकास के लिए चारों दिशाओं में नए अवसर प्रदान करेगी, लेकिन ये शिलान्यास हर हिंदुस्तानी के मन को वो संतोष देने वाला अवसर है जिसके हृदय में कभी न कभी मां गंगा के तट पे आना है.
Modi also called the Char Dham project a tribute to those who lost their lives during Uttarakhand flash floods. Of the 12,000 crore rupees, projects worth 300 crore rupees have already been sanctioned and tendered. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today addressed a joint media press conference against Modi government over demonetisation. However, the opposition unity seemed to suffer a blow, with parties like the left, JDU and the NCP skipping the meeting. Both leaders said they had the support of all opposition parties over demonetisation issue. Mamata even said they will soon prepare a common minimum program to fight against the Modi government.
Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee shared the stage on Tuesday to present a joint front against the note ban decision of the government. Addressing a joint press conference after a meeting of some opposition parties, Rahul Gandhi said demonetization had made no impact on black money, but rather it was an attack on the financial independence of individuals and poor people.
A new market for the conversion of money has been set up. What it has resulted in is an attack on the financial independence of our country, an attack on the poor people of our country, the weak people of our country.
But the meeting also presented a picture of fractured unity among the opposition. After several major parties turned down the invite for the meeting, those who stayed away included the left parties. The Janata Dal United, led by Nitish Kumar, and the Nationalist Congress Party, led by Sharad Pawar. The Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party also declined the Congress's invitation. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee said the decision had only caused hardships to the people.
ये अच्छा दिन का नाम पे पूरा गया हिंदुस्तान. इसका पीछा में क्या हिडन एजेंडा है? Demonetization and demonetization both are big corruption. It is a totally, I don't know what is the hidden agenda. That country will see it tomorrow. Tomorrow means आने वाला दिन में. लेकिन अच्छे दिन के नाम पे आप लोगों ने पूरा लूट लिया देश को. किसान को लूट लिया, गरीब को लूट लिया, मजदूर का लूट लिया, बेरोजगारी बढ़ा दिया. आज 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा आदमी आज बेरोजगार है. बैंकिंग सिस्टम कोलैप्स हो गया है. लोगों का भरोसा नहीं है. ये तो आप लोगों ने संभालने नहीं पाया. फिर कहते हैं और भी कड़ा कानून आएगा.
Answering questions from the media, Rahul Gandhi said the Prime Minister should come out with the real reason for demonetization, since he was solely responsible for the decision.
आपने पहले बोला कि लक्ष्य काले धन की लड़ाई थी. क्लियर हो गया है कि जो लॉजिक सरकार इस्तेमाल कर रही थी कि काला धन वापस नहीं आएगा, पूरा का पूरा काला धन, पूरा का पूरा पैसा वापस आ गया है, तो वो लॉजिक खत्म हो गई. उसके बाद प्रधानमंत्री गए, काउंटरफिट पे बात की, वो लॉजिक खत्म हो गई. आतंकवाद पे गए, वो लॉजिक खत्म हो गई. कैशलेस पे गए, वो लॉजिक खत्म हो गई. तो आपने इतनी बड़ी चोट इतने लोगों को मारी, इसका कारण क्या था? तो जिम्मेदार कौन है? जिम्मेदार प्रधानमंत्री.
In contrast to the JDU, an ally of the Congress in Bihar, another ally in the state, Lalu Yadav's RJD, attended the opposition presser in Delhi. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
A day after the Enforcement Directorate questioned the 104 crore rupees deposited in the BSP party bank account, Party Chief Mayawati accused the central government of twisting facts and tarnishing her party's image. She said all bank deposits of her party and also that of her brother are accounted for and she can present records whenever needed. Mayawati even said that the BJP's action smacked of vendetta and was a good development for her party.
BSP Supremo Mayawati has hit out at the centre after the Enforcement Directorate reported that it found cash deposits of over 104 crore rupees in the BSP's bank account. Mayawati accused the BJP government of misusing power in order to malign her party's image ahead of the elections in Uttar Pradesh.
स्वाभाविक है कि हमारे लोग कोई छोटे नोट तो लेके आते नहीं है, क्योंकि लाने में भी उनको छोटे नोट को लाने में दिक्कत होती है. बड़े नोट करा के वो चाहे बैंकों से कराएं चाहे अपने साथियों से एक्सचेंज कर ले, तो वो लेकर आते हैं. जब वो उसको लेकर आए, लेकिन इसी बीच में नोटबंदी का ये डिसीजन आ गया, तो ये तो पार्टी का पैसा है. तो जब पार्टी का पैसा है और हमारे दफ्तर में जमा है, तो उस पैसे को क्या हम फेंक देंगे? क्या लोगों ने इकट्ठा किया है, तो और उस पैसे को हमने कोई हेराफेरी करके नहीं, हमने उस पैसे को ईमानदारी निष्ठा से, पूरा हमारा एक एक पैसे का हिसाब है, तो उसको पूरी ईमानदारी निष्ठा से तो उस पैसे को जमा कराया है.
Targeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, she demanded that he should make public the deposits made by the BJP prior to the November 8th decision of banning 1000 rupee and 500 rupee currency notes.
बीजेपी के इशारे पर चलकर बीएसपी की छवि को खराब व धूमिल करने के लिए जानबूझकर इसे तोड़ मरोड़कर काफी गलत तरीके से प्रदर्शित कर रहे हैं. जबकि इसी दौरान बीजेपी सहित अन्य और पार्टियों ने भी अपना पैसा जमा कराया है, उनकी चर्चा तक भी नहीं होती है और ना ही उनकी खबरें मीडिया आदि में दर्शाई जाती है। तो ये सब इनकी दलित विरोधी मानसिकता नहीं है तो और क्या है?
Responding to Mayawati's charge, Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said her Dalit origin did not give her a license to indulge in corruption. The Congress, however, supported the BSP chief's statements.
The development of the scheduled caste people, the deprived people, should not be mortgaged to corruption of one party or leader. ये बात हम बहुत विनम्रता से कहना चाहेंगे। दूसरी बात यह है कि उन्होंने डिपॉजिट को डिनाई नहीं किया है। जो पैसे जमा हुए उसको डिनाई नहीं किया है। तो इससे और एक बड़ा सवाल उठता है, इज इट अ नॉर्मल डोनेशन or money conversion?
How much was deposited in Mayawati's party's account? When the concerned authorities disclose that, better they disclose what was deposited in the account of BJP and other parties also. Political parties can collect funds, they can account that. Putting money in the bank itself means that, it is their authorized money. Otherwise, they would have done through some other alternate route. They did not do that.
After a survey on Monday, the Enforcement Directorate reported that cash deposits totaling over 104 crore rupees were made into an account belonging to the BSP and 1.43 crore rupees in Mayawati's brother Anand's account in a branch of Union Bank of India in Delhi. However, the ED has sought full details about the two accounts from the bank. The matter will go to the Income Tax Department, which will look into the legalities of donations and contributions made to political parties. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that advancing the date of budget presentation will help in getting funds authorized for different sectors at the start of the financial year. Modi asserted that a change in the budget cycle would have an impact on the real economy. The government has proposed to present the budget for 2017-18 on 1st of February instead of the regular date of February 28th. The government has also merged railway budget with the general budget for the next fiscal year. The Prime Minister was addressing economists and other experts in a meeting organized by Niti Aayog on the theme Economic Policy, the Road Ahead.
Agricultural marketing reforms was a very important and this is where all the APMC reforms issues came up. How to provide better prices, how we should give farmers the freedom to market their produce, how they should be allowed to sell to private wholesale markets.
Sacked Tamil Nadu Chief Secretary P. Rammohan Rao today claimed he still continues to hold the post, saying no transfer order had been served on him. Rao also alleged that his life was in danger and his home had been searched at gunpoint. He said that the search warrant produced by CRPF personnel was in the name of his son, who does not live with him. The former Tamil Nadu Chief Secretary also denied links with the arrested sand mining baron and government contractor Shekhar Reddy. Rao also removed from the post of Chief Secretary following an income tax survey of his properties and those of his close associates, including his son. Income tax officials claimed they found nearly 30 lakh in cash and 5 kg of gold from the investigation.
It is a constitutional assault on the office of the Chief Secretary. I was Chief Secretary, I am the Chief Secretary. This government has no guts to serve me the copy of the transfer order to me. They have no guts to serve me the copy of the transfer order. Still I claim I am the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, appointed by Purachi Talavi Amma.
Vice President Hamid Ansari today emphasized the global standardization processes need to become more transparent and not just remain specific to a few developed countries. Addressing a gathering at the 6th M. Vishweshwarya Memorial Lecture in Mumbai, the Vice President said adoption of the best standards can help the country improve its productivity and trade imbalances. He also expressed concern over global standard institutions being controlled by a few developed countries. Earlier, the Vice President inaugurated the 9th National Conference of the Indian Association of Lawyers, where he said that the ground reality of delivering social justice in India was dismal, even after 70 years of legalizing welfare laws and educating measures.
We are recognized for our services sector that contributes to more than 60% of India's GDP. It, however, does not account for as many jobs, contributing only 15% of employment. Growth in manufacturing can be a possible long-term solution to meet the twin challenges of an increasing trade deficit and the need to generate employment for millions of our youth joining our workforce. In other words, manufacturing sector growth can be the tipping point for increasing the GDP growth in India.
15 passengers sustained minor injuries after a plane with 154 people on board veered off the runway at Dehradun Airport in Goa during takeoff on Tuesday. The Mumbai-bound Jet Airways flight skidded off the runway and spun 360 degrees before ending up in grass due to a technical glitch. Emergency slides were used to evacuate passengers and they were all reported to be safe. An investigation was ordered into the mishap. In a similar incident, a major accident was averted at the Delhi airport after an Indigo and a SpiceJet aircraft came face-to-face on the runway. Initial reports suggested that there was miscommunication with the air traffic control tower. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, the safety regulator, has started an investigation.
This is the first time I've experienced something very close to death. I was in the aircraft. As we took off, I saw fire. It was actually, we didn't take off. Instead of going on the runway, he went on the grass.
नहीं, टेक ऑफ के बाद एकदम से झटका लगा बहुत जोर से और उसके बाद प्लेन रनवे छोड़ के सीधा नीचे खेत में उतर गया और खेत में उतर के बहुत तेज चल रहा था, स्ट्रक्चर मिस किया, गोल घूम के फिर पार्क हो गया, रुका और फिर एकदम से इमरजेंसी एग्जिट खोला.
Let's now take a look at some more news and updates from across the country in Nationwide. The centre has asked the Manipur government for proper utilisation of 17,500 paramilitary personnel. The Home Ministry conveyed to the Manipur government to rearrange and utilise the 175 companies of paramilitary forces which were already made available to the state to ensure removal of the blockade. If necessary, few more will be sent to Manipur to assist the state government in maintaining law and order. Meanwhile, the National Highway 37 is reopened. The NH2 is yet to be reopened. With Kollam in Kerala becoming Wi-Fi enabled, railways have completed the task of equipping 100 stations with free Wi-Fi services across the country by the end of 2016. Railways' next target is to cover another 400 major stations with free Wi-Fi facility by 2017. According to Railways, over 10 million people have access to internet to stream, research their destination or download a new book or game for the journey ahead. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Tuesday said India will spare no effort to secure release of Father Tom, a Keralite priest abducted nearly 9 months ago in war-torn Yemen. The minister's remark came a day after purported video by the priest appealing to the government to free him surfaced. In the video, the priest was seen as pleading for help from Indian government and fellow Christians, including Pope Francis. Let's take a short break here.
Since this will be the last episode of year 2016, we decided to do a comprehensive review of the Indian economy.
Two historic developments took place in our country. One was, of course, passage of GST, and the second one, demonetization.
And that's why the prospect for 2017 at the moment is not very good.
A sharp decline, a reduction in interest rate.
If government tries to recapitalize by 1.5 lakh crore, that's not going to solve the problem of the banks. So therefore, in a sense, the banking system is going into a crisis. Investment is declining. Unemployment is increasing. And that this is what recessionary conditions are all about.
Watch experts articulate their view on Indian economy in the State of the Economy on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe visited several memorials in Hawaii ahead of a visit to Pearl Harbor, the United States naval base attacked by the Japanese in 1941. Abe paid respects at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, a memorial to people who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. Abe will be accompanied by United States President Barack Obama to Pearl Harbor. His trip comes some 75 years after Japan's surprise attack on the naval base, which thrust the US into the Second World War. The Japanese PM's visit is seen as a strong show of alliance with the United States amid concerns about China's expanding military capability. It also follows Obama's journey to the city of Hiroshima last May, the site where the United States dropped the world's first atom bomb. According to officials, the purpose of Abe's visit to Pearl Harbor is not to apologize, but instead to pay homage to those who lost their lives. Russia has found one of the two black boxes from a military plane that crashed into the Black Sea with 92 people on board last week. The flight data recorder of the Russian military airliner was recovered and brought to Moscow. The recorder contains information that could help investigators identify the cause of Sunday's crash. The Tu-154 jet came down with the loss of all 92 passengers and crew. At least 12 bodies have been recovered so far. The plane crashed soon after takeoff from an airport near the city of Sochi on Sunday. Meanwhile, unconfirmed reports said that authorities had grounded all aircraft of the same type. Let's now take a look at some more international news in Global Buzz. The Turkish court on Tuesday began the trial of 29 police officers accused of supporting a failed coup attempt in July. The police officers are accused of not obeying orders to protect President's Palace in Istanbul on the night of the coup. Prosecutors are seeking 3 life sentences for each of 21 policemen and demanding jail sentences up to 15 years for the other 8 officers. South Korea's Constitutional Court held its second preparatory hearing on President Park's impeachment case. The Constitutional Court has to decide whether to uphold Parliament's December 9 motion to impeach Park, which could take up to 180 days. President Park was indicted in a December 9 parliamentary vote by a wider than expected margin after being accused of corruption charges. An Indonesian court will proceed with a controversial blasphemy trial against Jakarta's Christian governor, who is accused of insulting the Quran. This comes after a panel of judges rejected a call by lawyers defending the governor to strike down the case because it had violated politicians' human rights and breached procedures. Heavy flooding forced hundreds of people to evacuate their homes in and around the Argentinian capital. 2 people are reportedly missing in the floods. Authorities are providing basic goods and economic assistance to certain local residents. The eastern and central Argentina saw heavy rains throughout the weekend. And let's now take a look at some sports news. Gujarat batsman Samit Gohil on Tuesday created a world record by becoming the highest unbeaten scorer as an opener in a first-class match. Gohil scored 359 not out against Odisha in Ranji Trophy quarter-final match, bettering the 117-year-old record set by Surrey's Bobby Abel of 357 not out against Somerset at the Oval in 1899. Azhar Ali scored an unbeaten century to lead Pakistan to 310 for 6 on a rain-interrupted second day of the second test against Australia. 39 overs were lost on the opening day and the weather wiped out the entire middle session. On Tuesday, Australia lead the three-match test series 1-0. Chelsea continued their winning run in the English Premier League with a 3-0 victory over Bournemouth. Petro scored 2 goals while Eden scored through a penalty. With their 12th straight win, Chelsea has now opened up a 9 points gap at the top. Meanwhile, Manchester City moved second in the table after beating Hull City 3-0. That's all in this news bulletin. Keep watching Rajya Sabha Television.